What is cooking? Cooking is the science and art of preparing food. In scientific terms, cooking is transferring energy from a heat source to the food. It is about the ways heat changes the food. It is also an art, as cooking requires techniques to bring out the best flavor of food as well as the different ways to prepare them. Methods of cooking are ways or techniques that will make food edible for human consumption with the use of heat. We have two types of cooking method. We have the dry heat cooking and the moist heat cooking method. Dry heat cooking is a process where food is exposed to a direct source of heat, either from below or above the food. An example of dry heat cooking are: number one, we have grilling, or the cooking where the heat source is below the food. You can use red hot charcoal or red hot grills. Number two is barbecuing. That is also grilling, except that the food is repeatedly basted or brushed with marinade sauce or an oil. Number three is roasting, where the food is constantly rotating as it cooks in an open fire. If in grilling, the heat source is below the food, in broiling, that is where the heat source is above the food. Dry heat cooking is a direct heat method which causes dryness in meat, and to prevent that, we can apply these simple ways to make our meat juicy and tender. Number one, we have basting or brushing of marinades or cooking oil in food. Number two, we have larding or inserting of fat in food. And number three, we have larding or wrapping of fat in food. Frying is under the dry heat cooking. There are different types of frying. We have the deep fat frying, where the food to be cooked is submerged in cooking oil. The way we cook our fried chicken or breaded chicken. Next, we have the pan frying, or frying using shallow cooking oil. Another type of frying is sautéing, a French term meaning to toss or to jump the food to be cooked in cooking oil. An example of that is a chicken and mushroom. Next, we have the griddle frying, or frying in little or no fat at all. And we have baking, or cooking in an enclosed chamber that generates heat, or what we call an oven. Now we have the moist heat cooking. That is cooking with the use of any liquid as a medium in transferring the heat, such as water, broth, fruit juice, and others. The best example of moist heat cooking is a boiling. That is cooking with the use of water that breaks at the surface, or cooking at 100 degrees Celsius. We have simmering, or cooking in liquid below boiling point or at 71 to 80 degrees Celsius. Next, we have steaming, or cooking by using the steam or vapor that generates in hot water. Next, we have poaching, or cooking in water below simmering and used to cook delicate foods like eggs, fish, or even chicken breast. We also have a combination of cooking methods. We have the stewing and braising, where food is browned or cooked first in an oil and thoroughly cooked in liquid to produce a sauce. Stewing uses small pieces of meat, while braising uses larger pieces of meat. Grab your paper and pen for our activity. We have the Venn diagram. Use the graphic organizer to compare the two methods of cooking. Write their differences in the outer circle space and their similarity in the inner space. You have 15 seconds to answer. Let us now answer. We have the dry heat cooking on the left side, and we have the moist heat cooking on the right side. Dry heat cooking uses direct heat, where moist heat cooking uses liquid or water in cooking. Dry heat cooking are ideal for tender meats or young poultry, where moist heat cooking is ideal for tough meats or from matured poultry. Dry heat cooking requires a shorter cooking time, while moist heat cooking requires a longer cooking time. And their similarity is they both uses any heat source to cook food. To end our lesson, let me leave you this quote. No one is born a great cook. One learns by doing, and that is from Julia Child.